about money. You guys hear me talk about money all the time? Money is code for freedom.
Our leader is going to be glad for the second.
About money. You guys hear me talk about money all the time? Money is code for freedom.
Our leader is going to be glad for the second.
About money. You guys hear me talk about money all the time? Money is code for freedom.
Our leader is going to be glad for the second.
About money. You guys hear me talk about money all the time? Money is code.
Recording in progress.
Shit, we gonna need you.
Test, can you hear me okay? Test. Good.
Directamente papelón.
This is about money. You guys hear me talk about money all the time? Money is code for freedom.
Our leader is going to be glad the second.
This is about money. You guys hear me talk about money all the time? Money is code for freedom.
Our leader is the second.
This is about money. You guys hear me talk about money all the time? Money is code for freedom.
Our leader is glad the second.
Test, test, test.
Playlist off.
All right, all right. Hey guys, good morning, good morning, good morning. So, good morning to you guys that are here. For those of you that are tuning in and watching, regardless of where you are, whether you're at home, in the office, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, regardless of where you are. First and foremost, let me be the very first one to tell you guys congratulations, okay? I want to congratulate you guys for showing up today. Those of you that are tapping in at home, you guys had options today. You woke up and you could have done anything on a Saturday, but you made the decision to show up today. You said, I'm gonna do something different for myself, right? I'm gonna seek some sort of self-improvement. You made the commitment, but then you actually showed up. And that's the biggest thing, gents and ladies, is actually showing up. So we wanna say congratulations for you guys, right? For actually following through with what it is that you committed to doing, okay? Now, a lot of people want to improve themselves, okay? A lot of people want to do better for themselves and change the financial trajectory of their lives. But as you can see, a lot of people aren't in here. A lot of people didn't show up, and a lot of people, even though they had a link that all they had to do was click on, they decided to turn over and get a few more hours of snoozing, okay? So congratulations to you guys, okay, for showing up. And now you've proven, right, that you have what it takes for you to start winning and for you to make the change because you made the commitment and you started showing up. Now, what the difference is, it's gonna require for you to continue showing up, okay, after you take this information, you start applying, and you need to show up for yourselves every single day, okay? Now, wait, who is this guy, right? That's not Grant Cardone or Anthony Glenn talking to me. Let me introduce myself, guys. My name is Bruno Nascimento, okay? Like a lot of you, I'm also a veteran, okay, retiree after 20 years of faithful service to the United States Marine Corps, okay? And like a lot of you will be doing, I've also started my journey by doing something like this, getting this information and putting it to action, okay? I was able to purchase a property for $450,000 here in Southern California, and 3 years later, that property doubled in value, okay? I was able to tap into the cash out refinance and pull $100,000 out of that property to then turn around and purchase acres of land down here in Southern California that I'm also gonna build multifamily units on so I can cash flow. Okay, I'm here, Anthony Glenn is gonna teach you guys how it is that you can dispel all the myths. You'll be able to learn how I was able to purchase 7,000 square feet home on 5 acres here in California for $1.65 million at an auction using my VA home loan with 0 money down, closing costs paid for, interest rate bought down. That same property is worth $2.5 million today after 1 year of ownership. So thank you for showing up for yourselves, right, and for being a part of the team. Okay, what I want to do next is introduce our guest, okay, or our host, right, that's going to be talking to you guys and teaching you all the things that you guys need to know, okay? My business partner, my mentor, but most importantly, one of my best friends, okay? Anthony Glenn II. Here we go.
Hey, get on your feet. Hey, everybody get up, 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 everybody get up. All right, so repeat after me. I will win. All right, 10X. All right, let's go, y'all. Hey, I'm happy to see everybody. Everybody take a seat, man. Y'all ready to go or what, man? All right, man, I got to bring that energy, man. Listen, check this out, man. Look, If you're uncomfortable with being uncomfortable, guess what? You're in the wrong place today because I'm going to be turned up. Now, one thing that I want to say, I want all of you guys to say congratulations to yourself on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Outstanding. You know why? Because you guys committed to changing your lives with the Veteran Wealth Formula. I'm super excited. And guess what, y'all? Guess what? I got a guest for you guys. Somebody might be coming in, man. Are y'all ready to turn up or what? All right. All right. So today I'm going to be talking about a couple of things. Let me tell y'all a quick story. All right. So when I got here in 2004, nobody told me about the VA home loan benefit. No one. Okay. And I was stationed at MCRD San Diego as a Marine Corps drill instructor. Okay. I don't know for the. Let me give a shout out to the people that are on Zoom. What's up, y'all? I want you guys to check in with us and tell us where you're checking in from. If you're in the Army, Air Force, Navy, Marine, Coast Guard, put that in the chat. How many Army people do we have in here? Crickets. Air Force, Navy.
Let's go.
Okay, we got one up in the building. Okay, Marine Corps. Oh, hey, we know who shows up, okay? All right. So shout out to all of you guys who have served in the armed forces. We really appreciate you guys and thank you for your service. So let's go ahead and get started, okay? So everybody take out your book right now and I want you guys to turn to page 1. We're going to go ahead and kick it like a sensei and I'm going to be rolling. So make sure that you notes because I have a lot of information to kick today. And in a couple of minutes, we're going to have a special guest come on. Right now, we have approximately 400 people on the Zoom. So shout out to the people that are on the live. And right now, we approximately maybe 30 people in here. Okay, and we got a couple of stragglers that come in. The Army folks will come in later because the Marines are always first. But it's all good, though, all right? Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. This is what we're going to be talking about today. Why the VA loan, okay? Appreciation. Who qualifies? Loan comparisons, okay? So there's 3 typical types of loans, VA, FHA, and conventional. Those are what people usually use to invest, okay? But we're gonna specifically focus on the VA. Closing costs and what that is, VA loan myths, types of properties that you guys could purchase, how to get started, and STUD. Everybody say STUD.
STUD.
Repeat after me, scarcity.
Scarcity.
Transferability.
Transferability.
Utility.
Utility.
And demand.
Demand.
Listen to what I'm about to tell you guys. When people say that location is why you should buy real estate, that's crap, okay? It's more than that. And then we're going to break everything down. And once you guys graduate from this course, you're going to have everything that you need to know to invest in real estate. Everybody good?
Yes.
All right, give me a thumbs up. Outstanding, okay? Now, what is the VA loan? Okay, did you guys know that the VA loan is actually not a loan? Who knew that? Raise your hand if you knew that. Okay, the VA loan is actually not a loan, okay? The VA loan is actually insurance that the government will back 25% of the loan in the event that you default. So let's just say that you went and you got a property and you bought it for $500,000. Everybody, let me see your phones right now. Take your phones out on Zoom right now because I'm going to be having you guys do this. Put your phone out right now, and I want you guys to do this. For instructional purposes only, we're going to be using $500,000 as an example for the remainder of this presentation. So right now, what I want you guys to do is put $500,000 in your calculators. $500,000, that's $5 million. No, I'm joking, that's $500,000. So put times 25, and then the percent sign equals. So that means that the government is going to insure $125,000 in the event that you default on your loan, okay? So essentially what the VA loan was created for is so we can level the playing field for people that have blue-collar jobs. That's why it was created. And that's why it's 100% financing, okay? That means that you can invest in a piece of real estate and pay zero money down. Because typically the blue-collar workers back in the day, right, they would have cash and the veterans didn't, right? So they wanted to level the playing field and make sure that the veterans own the home they defend when they came back from combat. And that's why the VA loan was created. Okay, now, here's an example. Now, I was looking at this video, right? Who knows who Mr. Ramsey is? Who's heard of Mr. Ramsey? Okay. Now I want to talk to you guys about this quick story. Dave Ramsey was on a video, okay? And he said that, I think it was like 2019, he said, a veteran came on and asked him, like, should I invest in real estate? You know, I'm getting out of the military. You know, I'm going to be getting my disability. And then should I purchase a piece of property? You know what Dave Ramsey said? He said, no. He said, if you don't have any money down, you should not buy a property. This was 2019. Let me give you an example of how much money that veteran lost, okay? If you would have bought a property in the beginning, like 1 year after COVID at $425,000, properties have went up 14% every single year. Let me explain why, okay? So, why do you guys think, what happens to people when you got COVID back in the day? Starts with a Q. Quarantine, right? So if you quarantine, let's just say all of you guys were home builders. If we have to quarantine, okay, can we build homes? No. Why? Because we have a what? No workers. We don't have any workers to build properties, right? So this right here is the economical things that create value in properties. Number one, workers were scarce, okay? Therefore, if workers are scarce, they can't build fast enough. Now I'm gonna ask you a question. What's your name?
James.
James, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to pull up Google and I want you to tell me how many houses is America short 2024? How many houses is America short 2024? What do you guys think? How many?
4 million.
How much?
4 million.
4 million? Close. What do you think?
5 million.
That's a nice suit, man. Let me get that pocket square over here, man. You should be up here teaching the class. What do you think? How many?
5 million.
5 million? Okay, all right, 5 million. Who else? Who says 1 million? Raise your hand. 2, 3. You got my answer?
1.1 to 1.2 million.
Okay, 1.1 to 1.2 million. Technically, if you look at the statistical data, when you look at the issue, we're 5 million houses short, guys. 5 million houses short. Now, what was the acronym that I told you guys in the beginning that creates value in homes? STUD. Scarcity, okay? So that means that houses are scarce. If houses are scarce, that means it's not enough of them, therefore driving the what?
Price up.
The price is up. Does this make sense? Okay? So when you got your friends saying, oh, I'm gonna wait until the market's the market's damn gonna crash. Go ahead and listen to that guy because he's gonna lose your money. So look at this. Home purchase invested in 2020, okay? 14% equity year over year. 2023, the home values were $629,000. This is an example of properties going up because of those 4 economical things: scarcity, transferability, utility, and demand. Right here, we're talking about 2 things: scarcity and demand. Okay, who knows Michael Jordan? Raise your hand. Okay, what is Michael Jordan known for right now? Basketball. What was the last time Michael Jordan? Y'all like shoes, ball head. What is he known for?
Prisons.
Okay, what?
Prisons.
Prisons.
Yeah, he owns a ton of prisons.
Oh, help me, Lord. She said prisons. What else is he known for? What did he start doing?
Basketball.
Basketball, right? Basketball. He started with basketball and then he has a shoe company, correct? Okay, the Jordan brand. Does Michael Jordan make the best shoes? No, he actually doesn't. He makes the most in-demand shoe. Scarcity, demand, right? 2 economical things that create value in property. So remember, I want everybody right now, and for those of you that are on the Zoom, I want you guys to put this. I want you to say investor's lens. Say it.
Investor's lens.
Put it in the chat right now. Do it again. Say it one more time.
Investor's lens.
You're not looking at it like you're purchasing property. You're looking from an investor's perspective. What is going to be the long-term value of what I'm about to do? Okay? Now, there's only 2 things that print money. 2 things that print money. There's only 2 things on the planet that print money. One of them is a piece of real estate, and the other one is a business. Now, I told you to look at it from a what lens? Investor's lens. It's not about where it's at today. It's about where it's at tomorrow. Is this all making sense to you guys? Are y'all with me? Are we awake? We good? Okay, so think about this. If I was to invest in a piece of real estate and I know that we're 5 million houses short, that means that the higher the supply, if it's a lot of it, the lower the demand. Very simple economical things. And a lot of people don't look at that at it like that. Most real estate professionals are going out there, they want the granite countertops, the stainless steel appliances, and a dancing pole in the master bedroom, right? All right? But we're looking at it from an investor's perspective. So when you look at it from an investor's perspective, you're looking at it what it's going to be worth in the future. Let me tell you a simple economical thing that I do. I like buying property near military installations. Why?
You will always have a tenant or someone to buy.
You're going to always have a tenant. Why do you say that?
Because everybody PCS is throughout the year.
Everybody's always moving around, right? Then now, not just any military installation, I like buying near training institutions. Write that down. Training institutions. Look, that pen is blowing up. I like to buy property near training institutions. Let me tell you why I like buying near training institutions. If you go to a school that's high in demand and there's a military training institution, at the end of that, what do they usually have? Graduation. And typically you have, a bunch of parents coming in, seeing little badass Johnny graduate from that school, right? So what does that sound like? Short-term what? Short-term rental. Simple. And then also military people don't get what? They don't get fired. They get housing allowance also. Tax-free income every single month. If you're getting tax-free income, if that person's getting tax-free income, the basic person that I want in my property is a military person because I know they're going to pay the rent. They get paid on the 1st and the 15th. They might turn up in my property, but that's stuff I can fix. And if they're not paying the rent, what can I do? Hey, call the leadership. Now, you're not supposed to do that. However, in most cases, military people have to maintain a security clearance in order to operate their job. So there's a lot of fundamental things that come into investing in their military installations. And I have a property right now that's printed almost $1 million for me that I bought in 2004. And if you stick around, I'll give you guys the address. I'll give you 2 addresses. Matter of fact, I'll give them to you right now, okay? All right, the first property I'm gonna give you guys, and I want you guys to do a case study, okay? Now, don't laugh at this. This is a property that was a service member invested in a couple of years ago. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 players, okay? Don't laugh at that. That's a funny name. I know it is. 1, 2, 3, 4 players. Okay, I'm gonna ask you, what's your name? Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to Google that address and tell me what that property was purchased for and what it's worth today. Now, this is a single family home. It was purchased with no money down. That means that the property was invested in with no money down, okay? That property is worth how much? Did you look it up? What was it purchased for and what is it worth today?
How do you spell it?
Players, Players. Players, like players ball, basketball player. Okay, now he's got, what is that, Pornhub on you? All right, hold on. I'm just playing with you, warrior. Okay. All right. So guys, listen. If you're uncomfortable, hey, we're service members and we're gonna have a lot of fun, guys, because I want you guys to relax a little bit and I want you guys to pick up what I'm putting down. Everybody Google 1, 2, 3, 4 players and see when that property was bought. That property was purchased. Look, I'm gonna look at it right here. Right here, that property was purchased in 2020. Actually, 2017 for $650,000. Today, that property is worth how much? $1.1 million. Now, everybody take your calculators out, and I'm gonna give you guys an example of this property right here. Let me show you what this person's doing right now with this specific property. This is right here in Oceanside, California. This could be done anywhere, okay? All right, so right now, that's a 5-bedroom property, okay? He rents each room out for $2,000. Let me say that again. He rents each room out for $2,000. He's in Okinawa right now. He's an active duty captain, okay? Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because a lot of people think that they have to buy multi-units. Get a property and then make sure that you guys could possibly get roommates. There's so many things that you guys could do to house hack, okay? So what is 2 times 5? $10,000. So he's getting $10,000 a month for that property. What is $10,000 times 12? $120,000, okay, a year. His mortgage is $3,800. So he's cash flowing that property every single month. That's one example, and I'm gonna give you guys some other examples. Are you guys with me? You guys good to go? Yeah. I'll give you guys more examples of how to do this. Now, if you stick here long enough, I'm gonna tell you how he structured that deal to where he's leveraging a limited liability company to run the rental income through. Now, who's interested in that? Raise your hand. Okay, so as we go along, I'm gonna tell you how he made that property a business. Okay. Okay, now, we already talked about what the VA loan is, 25% guaranteed, zero money down. Now, I want to stop right here with the zero money down, okay? One of the biggest things that a lot of people don't talk about is that it does cost money, okay, to invest in real estate. Zero money downs means there's no down payment. However, there is something called closing costs. Everybody say closing costs. Closing costs. We're going to break that down because guess what? I want to tell you guys that every last one of you guys that are investing in real estate, you can actually get money from the seller to pay off your personal debt. Now, when you're negotiating and you're buying properties, there's certain ways that you should negotiate when you're leveraging the VA home loan benefit, and we're going to teach you guys how to do that. Now, interest rate reduction refinance loan, that's what EARL stands for. Interest, let me see if y'all can remember this. Interest rate interest rate reduction refinance loan. Let me tell you why this is more different than any other loan. No loan on the planet will allow you to do this, okay? This loan is very powerful because the interest rate reduction refinance loan allows you to refinance your loan without the property having to appraise at value. For those of you who don't understand what that means, that basically means what happened during the 2007, 2008 time frame. The market crash, right? So that means that the home values were down. Now, remember, the VA loan is the only one that will allow you to refinance and get a lower monthly payment. Who knew that? That's called the interest rate reduction refinance loan. Here's the reason why I like that loan. If the market goes down and interest rates go down, it doesn't matter because I can still lower my monthly payment on my property by doing the interest rate reduction refinance loan. That's going to allow me to lower my monthly payment, okay? And basically cash flow more because I'm able to basically get more cash flow. So that means if my monthly payment was let's just say $2,000 a month and the interest rate went down, okay? My property doesn't have to be at value. It doesn't have to be at what I purchased it for to lower my monthly payment. That's the only one that you can do that with. That's called an interest rate reduction refinance loan. Now, everybody say cash out refinance. Cash out refinance. You guys are gonna like this one too, okay? Everybody say 125. Put that in the chat, 125. 125. 125, 1-T-O-5, okay? For every $1, okay, that you have in your house will allow you to buy $5 worth of real estate. Did y'all know that? So that means if I have $100,000, what is 1 times 5? Y'all like, some of y'all ASVAB waivers, y'all like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, what is 1 times 5, y'all? 5, okay? All right, so y'all's looking like this. I know the Marines was like, help, okay? Now, that means that for every $1, I can buy 5. So that means that example that I showed you guys earlier with that property that person bought for $700,000, okay? He has $600,000 of equity in his property. Let me show you what that means. He buys the property at $700,000. The property value appreciates, right? Appreciate, does that sound good or bad? Good. It means that the property value goes what? Up, okay? Appreciation means the property value goes up. If the property value goes up, that means that he could take say all. He could take all of the money out and then he can invest in multi-units. Now, everybody, let me see your calculators real quick. Let me help y'all out real quick because some of y'all look lost, all right? It's all good. So right now, that veteran that's renting that property out, that's cash flowing approximately, $6,000 a month, okay? Let me give you an example of what the money that he can do with the property with a cash out refinance. So right now, everybody put $600,000 in your calculator, please. That's $6,000. 600,000. Okay. All right. Now multiply that times 5 equals. That means that equity in his property, he can do a cash out refinance and buy a $3 million asset. What does that sound like? A multi what? A multi-unit. Okay? So this is the reason why we're telling you guys these things, right? You're looking at it from what lens? What did I tell you what lens you're going to look at this from? You're looking at it from an investor's lens, okay? Anybody can drive you guys around and show y'all a house. Anyone can do that. That takes nothing. But you're not just, from the time that we start this thing, you guys are going to commit. Say, I commit. I commit. You're going to commit yourselves to getting that first property and locking that down. And then you're going to also commit to getting into the veteran wealth formula so we can have receipts of you guys becoming millionaires. Who wants to become a millionaire right now? Me. Okay, man. All right, let's see. Who wants to become a millionaire right now? Me. All right, out freaking standing. Now check this out. So look, this property right here, this real estate right here, this is real estate. This building right here, I'm the owner. Guess where I got the money from? Guess where I got the money from? And the equity that I had in my properties. This bill was approximately $400,000. Okay? When I was a young Marine, I had a vision that I wanted to help more Marines invest in real estate. I was just focusing on the Marines. Then I said, the only reason why I got my real estate license in the beginning, I didn't want to pay anyone. Okay? So I wanted to represent myself. Then I became the real estate guy. People start asking questions. Now look at our family right now. I got Albert over there, U.S. Marine, okay? I got Ian Jensen, United States Coast Guard, raise your hand. All right. All right. Okay. I need receipts from you guys to go through this journey to make sure that you guys get your first house. After you get your first house, boom, you structure your LLC. After you get your LLC set up, now we're looking at that next investment opportunity. Okay? Is that making sense? Okay, I think Grant's supposed to come on here now. What we got?
Give Grant an introduction. He's ready to go.
Okay, all right, outstanding. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, guess who I got? Grant Cardone is coming in the building. Can we give him a warm welcome, y'all? Outstanding. Okay, all right. So ladies and gentlemen, Grant and Elena Cardone, let me tell you real quick. Let me tell you what happened, guys. He saw us on social media. He said, I want to help more veterans. And you know what he said? How can I help more veterans? We want to help more veterans. We want to invest with more veterans. So without further ado, is he ready? He's not on the screen yet.
Yep. They need to open up the video.
Okay, open the video. We got you coming on, Grant. We can hear you.
I can hear you. I'm excited.
Excited too, man. So we got you coming on here in a minute. Okay, so give us 1 second.
It says you can't start your video because the host has stopped it.
Okay.
Quit trying to hold me down, guys. Let's go. I've been held down too long. My whole life I've been held down.
All right, guys, we got it coming up. Okay, we don't have as much cabbage as you, Grant, to try to get you on, man. We're gonna figure it out though.
Well, hey, while they're waiting to handle this video thing, appreciate you being here, Anthony, to help people. And guys, look, no matter what you did over there, when you come back over here, you need to get part of this American dream, and that's real estate. Real estate will take care of you and your families when you can't. It has worked for thousands of years. Many of you have gone out there, fight all these wars that we end up with are about real estate in most cases. And this real estate right here that you guys have protected, this American dream over here, you guys deserve to get a piece of this thing now. And I really appreciate everybody's service. My service to you today, working with Anthony Glenn, is to help you get part of what I've gotten because I learned how to buy real estate. It's still giving me the same message, guys. Is there something I need to do? Maybe I need to bounce out and come back, or what's Zach saying?
We got you on step.
I'm gonna bounce out and come right back in, all right?
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to figure it out, guys. Listen, check it out. Hey, at the end of the day, the biggest thing that I want to tell you guys is it's essentially important for you guys to understand how powerful real estate is. It's going to change your life, okay? It has changed my life. And at the end of the day, I want you guys to write down something while we're figuring out the video. And I want you guys to write down. I want you to write down who the most important person in your life is right now. Okay? It could be sister, brother, your kids, or whatever. I want you to put that down on your paper. Okay? And the reason why I want you guys to write that down, I want everybody to do it. Write it down on your paper who the most important person in your life is. The reason why I'm telling you guys to write that down is, do you guys want whoever you wrote down to inherit your procrastination of being able to pass down generational wealth? That should hit home. Okay? It did for me. I don't do real estate or buy real estate for me. I buy it for my family. Because I know beyond reasonable doubt, that's what it's going to take for me to build or pass down something of value to my kids in order for it to continue to print money endless. Okay? Infinitely. Now, let me ask a question. If you was to pass away today and you had a property, okay, does that property still exist? Yes or no? Yes. It does, right? That property still exists. Good?
We don't like Donkey Kong, man.
Oh, hey! Let's give the Grant some love. All right. What's up, Grant?
Hey guys, good to be with you, ladies and gentlemen. I really appreciate Anthony what you're doing, as I said earlier, and I'm really excited about working with vets around the country to give you guys the game that's available for you. It's literally the only way that I know of today. I have, I don't know, 20 plus businesses, started from scratch, no money, didn't have any connections, had no credit. And I decided in my 20s, I have to change my life. My dad died when I was 10 years old. He was a hardworking guy, died unexpectedly because of a heart condition. And when he died, my mom was scrambling with 5 kids. The income was gone. There was no real estate. There was a little bit of life insurance. And my mom went into conservation mode. She went into defense, playing defense. If you're taking notes, money's not made on defense.
Ooh.
Saving money, not an investment strategy. Investing money is the only way to create wealth in your lifetime. Unfortunately, the military, the school system, it doesn't teach any of this. It's almost like the wealthy wanted to keep this thing on lockdown for themselves. To create wealth, generational wealth, which should be the goal, okay? When you wake up, like when you guys are on a mission, you know what the mission is. You clearly know what the mission is. In investing, it's very similar. What is your mission? You know, is your mission to have a little extra money, or is your mission to have money that you don't have to work for? When you can't work, it provides for your family. And that's what I learned when I was 10 years old. When my dad died, the earner of the household, the provider of the household, was gone. He died on a Thursday. He would not get another check. It was over. There was a little bit of Social Security, a little bit of life insurance, but the game was over, and my mom went into conservation mode. Merely having to conserve the little bit of drip, the little bit of income that she got, was then passed on to her kids in the mentality of scarcity. If you grew up with a poor family, single mom, no income, no dependable income, then you grew up with scarcity. Okay, how many of you here, just in the chat, if you guys were affected by a household of scarcity, limited thinking, limited possibilities, limited opportunities, just put yes in the chat.
That's me.
Look at this, look at this. I mean, it's the whole room. I know I was. So my kids will not be brought up in that environment. What going to do with it, but I know this, they're not brought up in an environment of scarcity. They're brought up in an environment of investment. Okay, like you got to teach investments to yourself and your people, not how to earn money, just how to earn money, but how to invest it. And you guys with the VA loans today, man, and Anthony's talking to you guys about how to get these loans and take advantage of them. Don't complicate this. This is not complicated. It does require you to look at the mission differently. You're not taking over something now for somebody else. You're going to take something over for you and your family. You got to get the hill, keep the hill, maintain the hill, and then you got to replace that hill with other people that want to pay for that. So you're looking for some desirable piece of real estate that Anthony's been talking to you about. Desirable, cash flow positive, and it's not the VA, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. I mean, there's all kinds of money out there. Joe Biden's offering $25,000 credits right now that you don't have to pay back. A 5% VA loan. The VA loans are even better, but I'm getting an echo, Anthony. But
Okay.
what we want to do is we want to show you guys what the mission is. Because if you don't know what the mission is, everything's just a big blur. Okay? All real estate.
All right, can we give him a round of applause, please? All right. Grant. Thank you for coming in. Grant, do you have a couple of minutes to take a couple of questions? Just 2 or 3 minutes to take?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, all right. Anybody in the room have a question for Grant they want to ask? Don't be afraid now. Come on, don't be afraid. She wants to ask a question. Yeah, you do. Come on. All right, let me see here. Here's a mic. Just introduce yourself and ask a question. You can ask anything. I saw your face. Go ahead.
Hi, hello, Mr. Cardone. It's Jasmine Pinato. So I was
We can hear you.
I was wondering, after all your obstacles, even, coming from a scarce background, how did that affect your children? I see that, your children are very knowledgeable on what you do. How did you end up spreading that knowledge and wealth knowledge to your children?
So that's a great question. Thank you so much for asking that. And we share with our kids what we're doing in present time. So you can only give your kids what you're doing. Telling your kids to do one thing, hey, go do this, but you're doing another thing, is only going to teach your kids to do the thing that you're doing. Your kids do what you do. They don't do what you say. And I bring my kids with me. I show what are the kids seeing you guys do right now? Don't ask them what you're. What do they see?
We have one more question.
Hey, Grant, Anthony Renew here. So I'm a Navy guy. You mentioned the Fannie Mae 5% down program and VA loan, zero money down. How can we go about leveraging that when we're entering the multifamily space? With all those programs out there.
So that's a great question. Another great question. So the 5% down with Fannie Mae is for 4 units, up to 4 units. Not a single family home, it's 4 units. And I think the loan limit is 1.136 million, $1,136,000. You have to live in one of the 4 units, or that has to be your intention, and you have to live there for 12 months. That has to be your intention. Now, Fannie Mae is the largest lender on planet Earth. They are a single family home is not an investment.
A single family home is not an investment.
It is a place to live, folks. That's all it is. Okay? You were told it was an investment. Your parents were told it was an investment. Your grandparents were told it was an investment, but it never was an investment. At best, it's a place to basically build up equity. But no one has ever gotten rich because they bought a home. No one's ever had financial freedom because they bought a home. And no one has ever created generational wealth because they bought a home. They merely had a place that over 30 years, when you're old and you're tired, and the kids have moved out, and nothing in your body works anymore, you die in your house. And as soon as you die in your house, your kids sell the house and you know, because they don't want to pay for it. So what you don't want to do, like if I died today, my house would be sold, assets that don't pay me would be dumped. I have it in my will. Sell all these things. The real estate that I own, the cash flows, my wife would never sell and never have to sell. The
We got one more question and then we're going to roll out. Thank you, Grant, for giving us your time too. Ian?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hold on just a second. Not yet.
Yes, sir, I can.
Go ahead.
Hey, good morning, Grant. Ian Jensen, Marine Corps. Hey, question I have for you, sir, is what subject would you recommend us self-educating as much as possible?
I mean, if I were you, I'd be learning about real estate right now. And if you have your own business and you're trying to run your own business, you need to learn about sales and marketing, hiring people, operations, how to scale. There's a lot to learn in a business. But if you're trying to invest in real estate right now, everything you do right now should be, hey, how do I learn the real estate? Who benefited the most from the sale of single-family homes? Somebody just wrote in the chat.
Corporate structures, corporations, businesses.
Yeah, banks, man. The banks. Bank of America has trillions of dollars in banks because you guys did what they said was the easiest thing to do in life.
Yes, thank you, Grant.
And,
Well, can we give Grant a
Appreciate
hand?
you, man.
Can we give Grant a hand, y'all? Thank you, Grant.
you don't need to give me a hand. You know what you guys need to do? You guys clapping for me don't make me happy. I want to hear, I want to see the receipts of your success. The thing that fills me up is that I could somehow pay you guys back for taking care of my family.
All right, y'all ready to go or what? All right, guys. So
Hey, Anthony, your job now, Anthony, you're in charge now to make sure they know how to do this.
yes, sir. I got it. Thank you. All right, y'all ready to go or what? All right, that should fire you guys up, guys. So this is what we're talking about. The beauty of this whole thing is that the most important thing, guys, is getting back to understanding the value of what he's saying, right? So what was the biggest difference between the 5% down and the actual VA home loan benefit? Does anybody know in the room? 5% down, okay? And typically that product has something called PMI. Put PMI down. Okay, while they're getting everything back up, I'm going to talk about this because it's going to be important. Okay, now the fundamental difference between the VA home loan benefit and the actual Fannie Mae loan is that the VA doesn't have a maximum loan amount either. Okay, no maximum loan amount. So that means that when you guys are investing in that piece of product, that you can actually buy a $2 million, $3 million property, and then also you can look at how much revenue can come in from those vacant units, okay? So now what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna take like a 2-minute break, okay? I want you guys to get up, stretch your legs while we're getting set back up, okay? Go ahead and take a break real quick. We're gonna come back on, guys, if you're on the Zoom, okay, as we get the slideshow presentation back up, okay? I want you guys to get ready because we're gonna go into investing in the multi-unit space with the VA home loan benefit. Ready to go? Y'all good? Everybody good?
Yes.
Okay, outstanding. Let's get back to it, okay? Now, hey guys, listen, the Marine Corps, hey, we are broke, okay? Ukraine is getting more money than us. So if you guys are, the technical stuff that we got going on, check it out, man. Hey, we're gonna get there, okay? All right. So welcome back to the Veteran Wealth Formula show, and let's get back to it. Okay. So we stopped at the 100% equity. Now everybody say COR, cash out refinance. This is a big one. As I was saying before, you're able to take equity out of your property and basically invest in other assets. That is how you actually get started, right? So number one, here's the steps. Number one, you find a product that is undervalued. You purchase a property utilizing your VA home loan benefit with no money down, okay? Step two, you get your equity position and you build that up. Step three, the next step is you're going to be looking for an asset that cash flows, okay? When you're doing that, we're going to teach you guys in the Veteran Wealth Formula how to underwrite properties. The most important thing about investing in real estate is the math, okay? Understanding the math is essential. If you don't understand the math, you shouldn't be buying a property, okay? I think it's important. Don't you guys, now, why buy a property and the money is not there, right? You definitely want to buy a property that's going to be cash flowing. It's very important. Okay, now the VA funding fee is a one-time fee that the VA uses. Right down here, you'll see 2.15% and 3.3% when you utilize that. That is a non-recurring fee. Everybody say non-recurring. Non-recurring. Okay, here's an example of non-recurring. Essentially what non-recurring means that it does not repeat. Now, let me do a little bit of pop quiz, and for those of you that are on the Zoom, I want you guys to put this in the chat. While we're in here right now, what is a non-reoccurring fee that you guys would pay when buying a home? Give me one. Anybody? Take a shot at it. Could be anything. Closing costs. That is one-time fee. What's another fee? Inspections, things of that nature. What else?
Rate buy down.
Okay, rate buy down. That's a good one. What's another one? Appraisal, right? So these are things that don't repeat. What is something that you have to pay? What do you guys spend the most money on? What do you guys think you spend the absolute most money on in your life? Taxes. She said HOA. Taxes, guys. Taxes is the most important thing, one of the biggest things you spend the most money on. So did you guys know that there's three things that lower your taxes? You know what they are? Number one is real estate. You own property. Uncle Sam favors people who own real estate. Do you know why? Guess how those schools that you have little Johnny going to, how that gets paid? Property taxes. What about that nice fire station? Property taxes. Schools, local municipalities, property taxes go to pay that. So typically when you have a new area, you're going to have a lot of property taxes because that's how they pay it. But Uncle Sam gives you money back for owning real estate. Now, what was the number that I gave you guys that I wanted you guys to utilize in the beginning of a purchase price? $500,000, right? Let me give you guys an example of the tax savings for investing in a $500,000 piece of real estate. Everybody take their phone out. We're going to utilize this for an example. For those of you on Zoom, put a 1 in the chat if you guys got your calculator. Let's talk about an example of how buying real estate. This is how Trump keeps trumping, right? He buys real estate, okay? That's his thing. Now, let's take that $500,000 property, $500,000. I want you to divide by 27.5. Should be like $18,000. When you buy your investment property, you get an $18,000 tax benefit for owning that property when you have tenants in it. So not only are you utilizing real estate to cash flow, you're also utilizing real estate to lower your what? Lowering your taxes, okay? Let me know if I'm going too fast. Any questions so far about what I've taught so far? Okay, now, here's one of the biggest misnomers that a lot of people don't know, okay? A lot of people don't know that civilians can use the VA home loan benefit as long as the veteran lives in the property. This is something that a lot of people don't understand. You can do a joint VA loan with a non-veteran. Now, Fannie Mae product that's out there for that Grant Cardone was talking about, okay, it's a maximum loan amount and it's 1 to 4 dwelling units. That means that it's 4 people, okay? One person lives in it and then you have 3 rental opportunities, okay? Everybody put this number down, 5. Put the number 5 down. And then put the number 7 down. Did you guys know that with the VA home loan benefit, you can buy a 5 unit? Now, here's the thing. Now, with the VA home loan benefit, a 5 unit, here's the difference. All right, so let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on up here. Come on up, come on up, come on up, come on up. I like to give a visual example so you guys can see on the Zoom. Okay, put a thumbs up in the chat if you guys can understand what I'm about to do. All right. So now let's play a little role play. All right. So he's going to be the veteran. Who's he? Veteran. The veteran. Okay. Now now we're going to do a little bit of a little fun stuff. Okay. I want you to call the homie. He's the homie. Call the homie. Ring, ring.
Ring, ring. Here.
All right. So tell the homie that, hey, you just bought a property and you want him to move in.
Hey, I just bought a property and I want to move in. Sure. Let's check the steps to see how can I help you.
All right, give him a hand, y'all. All right. The veteran now buys the property with the VA home loan benefit with no money down. He sets up his corporate structure. Okay, and we're going to talk about this in the veteran wealth formula. This is an example. He sets up the corporate structure. 1, 2, and 3 pay the corporate structure. Now he's building 3 things. Everybody put 3 C's down. Credit, collateral, and capital. Now he's building business credit from utilizing this VA home loan benefit. Okay. He has 1, 2, 3 tenants, and then I'm going to be the 5th unit. Guess what this is? This is a business. So now you can sell your 10X merch, right? With the buying a unit. So this could be a merch business, okay? And then you have 3 producing units, and then you got 1 business unit for a total of 5. Go ahead and take a seat. Thank you, guys. Okay? So when we're talking about this stuff, when we're talking about the veteran wealth formula, this is the type of stuff that you can do with the VA home loan benefit. Raise your hand if you knew that already. Okay? Navy Federal Credit Union, if we know, let me make sure they're not listening real quick, you know. All right. Navy Fed ain't gonna tell you this stuff, man. They're not gonna tell you how to negotiate. You're gonna go in there. Now, guess what? Every person that goes to boot camp gets a checking and savings account from a bank. They don't have to solicit to you. They're not going to tell you how to pay down your credit cards because they make more money by giving you a higher interest rate. Right? Yes. Okay? So all of the stuff that we're talking to you guys about is stuff that you're going to learn in the veteran wealth formula. Okay? 90 days of active duty, you can invest with the VA home loan benefit. Reservist has to be 6 years or 90 days of. The only way that you can negate the 90 days of active service if you are service connected, say it. Service connected. Say it again. Service connected. Okay, service connected disabled veteran. Now, I have a little bit of real estate trivia. Let's see who can answer this. My man Jake back there, you know, with the same haircut as me. I'm ebony, he's ivory, all right? Okay, y'all can't see him, okay? I'm dark green and he's light green, okay? All right, so check this out. So I'm gonna do an example, okay? Now, here's the trivia that I have. And guys, put the answer in the chat because Jake is going to cash out y'all $100,000 if you get this answer right. All right? $100,000 of Monopoly money, okay? All right. Now, veteran is on active duty. He gets out of active duty. Boom. He gets off active duty service, okay? He's 100% disabled veteran. He gets out of the military. Let's pick the Air Force. He gets 100% disability, okay? Now, he's a reservist. He's a reservist, number 1. He served 5 years in the reserves. He gets out, he's 100% disabled vet. Does that person rate the VA loan, yes or no? Yes. Yes. Ooh. Who says yes? Okay. Now, read this for me. Reservist, 6 years, 90 days of active service, or service-connected discharge. Service-connected discharge. The person got out of the military, okay? He's 100% disabled veteran. Does that person rate the VA loan, yes or no? Who says yes? Y'all thinking about it now. Who says no? Okay, that person does not rate the VA loan. Do you know why? Because it wasn't a service-connected discharge. So guys, the reason why I'm telling you guys this, if you guys got family members that's in the military and they are on the reserves, okay, if they don't have a service-connected discharge, they do not rate the disability. So it has to be in their paperwork. For those of you who are on active duty and stuff like that and you're in the reserves, if you do not fulfill your 300 points or you do your time, you do not rate the VA home loan benefit. It has to be on the DD-214 that your discharge was a service-connected discharge. Okay? I want to make that clear because a lot of people are getting into escrow buying properties and they don't rate the VA loan. Now, here's the loan comparison, guys. Take a picture of this slide, please. This is very, very important, okay? Conventional loans, 5 to 20% down. FHA loan, 3.5% down. VA loan, you could be a mouth breather and get one. You ain't got to get no, you don't have to have no money, nothing. Just, hey, I'm a veteran. Hey, I can get my VA loan, boom, okay? This is very important because PMI, this is mortgage insurance. So a $500,000 property, you're going to pay approximately anywhere from $450 a month extra utilizing these two loans because you have mortgage insurance that you have to pay. Now, when you utilize the VA loan, there is a VA funding fee that is a non-recurring. What does non-recurring mean? One time, one and done, okay? So, like some of y'all's pull-ups, okay? One and done, okay? Done, okay? Or that 880, you know, or whatever it is y'all do in the Army, okay? You do it one time and it's done, boom. And guess what? That VA funding fee is a tax deduction. So stop going down to somebody who got who can't do their job and they got sent to the tax center to do your taxes. You want to get with a good tax person, and you don't want to have Day-Day doing your taxes, okay? You actually want to have somebody who understands taxes do your taxes so you can take advantage of all the benefits with the VA home loan benefit. Now, we talked about closing costs. Now, I want you guys to say this word, concessions. Concessions. Say it again. Concessions. If you have a VA loan and you're not utilizing concessions, you're taking an L, okay? Listen to me. For those of you who bought a property, put a 1 in the chat right now, okay? For those who already owns a property in here, okay? Did your real estate professional talk to you guys about concessions? No. I didn't think so, because they don't know how to negotiate. I'm going to give you guys an example of how you write an offer and then you utilize concessions to your benefit, okay? Now, your closing cost is obviously the fees that it costs to pay, that it costs to purchase a property. When you say 100% financing, that means that you can buy the property with zero money down. But there are fees involved with purchasing a property. Here's an example. Everybody say escrow. Escrow. Escrow is a neutral third party that makes sure the seller and the buyer do everything in accordance with the law, okay? Now say title. Title company is the person who insures and makes sure that you're transferring the property from one person to another, okay? And that there's no types of encumbrances or anything on the loan, okay? When you buy a property, they're gonna look at it. It's kind of like doing Carfax on a house, and they're gonna make sure everything, that house transfers to one person to another, and they're not gonna get a lawsuit. That's what title is. It costs money to do that, okay? And usually it comes out of the veteran's pocket. Or, say or. Or the seller can pay those fees for you, okay? And we're gonna talk about that and give a quicker example. Now, you guys are gonna think I'm crazy for this, but why, I have a question for you, a little bit of trivia. Why would you not want to buy a property, okay, and lower the purchase price? Ooh, that's a good one.
Because it lowers the property around you.
Bingo. Can you say it again?
Because it lowers the properties around you.
So listen, guys, everybody say public. Public. Everybody say private. Private. Okay, when you do a price reduction on a property, that is public. Everybody sees it. And then when the person goes and gives the value of the property, okay, that's a public thing. When you close on the property, it's going to show on Zillow, Redfin, and everywhere else that you lower your purchase price down. But when you get that same money, I'm going to give you guys an example when you're getting concessions, let me go through this so you guys can get an example. Take a picture of this. Take a picture. This is what the VA loan you can do with this. Remember, I'm going to utilize a $500,000 example, okay? And I want you guys to take your calculator out. We're going to do a little bit of math. The reason why I'm asking you guys to do this on the calculator, if you don't do it, you're not going to understand it or remember it. So please get your pens out and make sure, I want everybody to do this. Calculator, phone in your left hand right now. Left hand. Phone up, left hand. That's your right hand, devil dog. I'm joking. All right. He looked at it too. All right. So right now we're going to use 500,000. Put 500,000 in your calculator right now. And then I want you to divide by, actually, I'm sorry, multiply times 4% equals. The answer's up here, y'all. $20,000. 500,000 times 4 and then a percent sign equals 20 grand. You can get 4% from the seller. 4% from the seller in credits. Now let me explain what this means. This is the concession rules, by the way, okay? You can pay the buyer's property taxes, you can pay insurance, you can buy appliances from the VA loan, okay? You can lower your interest rate. Now, everybody say 2%. 2%. Okay, so what is 2% of 500,000? 10 grand. Okay, so that means I can get $20,000 and say and $10,000, which is 30, and I can pay all of my closing costs with the VA loan to buy that property, $40,000 in cash from the seller. A lot of people don't even know this. Why? Because they want to lower the purchase price. That's why. Let me explain why lowering the purchase price is not always the best way to invest in real estate, okay? Put in the chat if you guys are rocking with me, because I know I'm going pretty fast. Anybody have any questions about concessions? Now, when you write this offer on the property, you are going to write that word concessions in there, because if you get credits from the seller or money from the seller and you don't use it and it's not identified in your offer, then it's going to go back to the seller. That's why you want to have the word concession in there. Now, let's do a little bit of real estate trivia, okay? All right, so right now what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to take out your calculator. Take out your notes, and I just want you to write true or false on the questions. Right now, I want you guys to team up, okay, with somebody you do not know. Everybody stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Team up with somebody you do not know, and I want you to answer my questions. If you guys are on the live, just go ahead and answer my question. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to answer these questions and see if you got them right. Partner up, partner up, partner up. Must live in the property for 1 year. Can use the VA loan benefit more than once. Only for single family residences. You should already know that. I already gave you the answer. All right. All right, go ahead and take your seats. Let's see all of these wrong answers, Jack. All right, let's see what we got here. Go ahead and take your seat. Go ahead and take your seat. All right, here we go. Must live in the property. Let me go give you the answers. Boom, boom. Must live in the property for 1 year. False. Oh, who got that wrong? Raise your hand. Okay, we got a couple of y'all. Okay. Can use a VA benefit more than once. True. Only for single family residences. False. Okay. VA loans can pay off your credit card. True. True. She like, man, I had all my damn credit cards. My agent didn't damn tell me a damn thing. Yes, the VA loan can pay off your credit cards. Okay, everybody say concessions. Ooh, wow. Ooh, hey. So some of y'all turning up at the Marine Corps Exchange and Navy Exchange, getting all that stuff. Guess what? You buying a home, you can pay it off with the VA loan from credits, okay? All right, so there is a limit on the purchase price. False. Okay, all right. There is a 620 minimum credit score. False. Guess what? Hey, you got bad credit? Raise your hand on the chat. Yeah, no, don't do that. You can't. It doesn't. The VA loan has no minimum credit score. Say no minimum credit score. No minimum credit score. Now, listen. Now, check this out. You write an offer. The offer has to have the word what in the offer? Concessions. If the offer has concessions, you can utilize that money to pay off your credit card. Therefore, if you pay off a credit card, your debt to income ratio goes what? Up. Okay. Boom. Okay. Can build with the VA home loan benefit? Yes, you can. You can do the VA construction loan, and we're going to talk about that. And say and. And you can do a VA rehab loan as well. Ooh. Okay. All right. That means if you find a property that needs a little bit of work, you can actually find that property and then rehab the property, okay, and then actually move into a property with the after repair value higher. Say ARV. Okay, and the reason why I'm telling you guys to say this stuff is because you kind of need to know this terminology. Because I told you guys you're looking at it from what lens? Oh, you're picking up what I'm putting down, man. I'm glad y'all awake, all right? Qualifying properties, modular homes, VA construction loans, and farms. Not 420 farms, okay? All right, the VA loan is not gonna allow you to buy a weed farm, okay? I'm just letting y'all know right now, okay? But you can buy a modular home as long as it's permanently attached. Now, can the VA loan, can you purchase a mobile home with the VA loan? Who's ever went on Zillow? By show of hands, you ever went on Zillow, Redfin, or anything else? You saw a property, it's like 9 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and it's like for $100,000 in Oceanside. It's probably a mobile home, y'all, okay? If it has wheels, you can't buy it with the VA loan, okay? However, say however. If it's permanently attached to the land, you can. So, if it runs with the land, you can buy it with the VA loan. If it's on wheels and it's not permanently attached, and that's not hiding the wheels with bricks or whatever, because you can move it, okay? So if it's immovable, you can utilize the VA home loan benefit to buy it. Any questions? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? We good? Give me a thumbs up. Outstanding. All right, here we go. Now, this is the meat and potatoes about multi-units. You guys are going to like this. Everybody say 5. 5. Everybody say 7. 7. Veteran. This is the example of the one that I showed you guys with the veterans that was up here. The veteran purchased the property. He has 3 rental units, and then he has a business unit. He could create a corporate structure and run all of this income to build credit, collateral, and capital. Okay? So when you guys are buying properties, we're not looking at it, oh, I just want to buy a property and then rent the property out. We're doing it, it's levels to it. We want you guys to build business lines of credit. We want to do all types of stuff, and that's what the Veteran Wealth Formula is. Now, 2 vets can buy a 7-unit. Now, the only problem with this 7-unit situation is anything 5 or more units is considered commercial. But anybody ever heard of ADU, accessory dwelling units? Anybody ever heard of that? Basically what it is that, you know, accessory dwelling units is that California has a shortage of houses. The whole world has a shortage, the United States has a shortage of houses. Why? Here's a couple of things. What was one of the things that I told you guys earlier of why there was a demand and a supply issue? Quarantine, okay? Now, what's up with the interest rates? Y'all think they're high? All right, y'all like they're higher than the giraffe's chin. I want to tell you, all right? Listen, interest rates are only high if you don't know how to avoid it. There's ways to avoid interest. If you own a home, there's ways to avoid interest. Who wants to know how to avoid interest? Okay, you know what interest is, right? The cost of borrowing money. I'm going to show you guys an example of how to avoid interest at the end, okay? So if 2 veterans are participating in ownership, it could be a 7-unit, but both veterans have to live in the property, okay? Here could be the cash flow units and then 1 business unit, okay? These are very, very hard to find, but they are out there. As long as it's 1 APN number to the property. APN number is like a social security number identified on the, here's an example. Okay, this building right here has several doors, right? Let's just imagine this building right here has 7 doors. When you walk in the doors, there was a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom in this building, okay? So that's considered 1 unit. As long as the units that are on the parcel of land, okay, has 1 APN number, 1 social security number, then you can buy it, okay? So a lot of people are asking, like, what happens if this was a 3-unit and a 2-unit? That's 5, right? As long as both of these units are on 1 APN number, you can buy those units. Does that make sense? Who's lost? Y'all got that, right? So 1 social security number for the buildings, APN number, that's a parcel number. If it's 2, they don't have to be attached. So it could be a 2-unit here, it could be a duplex here, and a duplex here on 1 parcel of land. You can buy that property. Okay? Does that make sense? 1 plot of land. Now, repeat after me. I will. Stay off. Zillow. Redfin. Christian Mingles. I'm joking, y'all. Stay off of Zillow. Let me tell you why. Listen, buying a property with the VA home loan benefit, you want to make sure that the real estate professional understands VA. Because if they don't, you're going to lose money. And I'm going to give you guys an example of how to negotiate on this slide, right? And I'm going to show you a perfect example of why lowering the price is not always the best thing. If they're not telling you to negotiate, then you're doing the wrong thing. Concessions is one of them. And concessions over price reduction. Here's an example, okay? I'm going to give you guys an example. Take a picture of the slide. We're going to do this manually so you understand it, okay? Now, make sure you guys are paying attention on the slide because I'm going to show you guys how much interest this person is utilizing with a 7% interest rate while buying this $500,000 property. This is why you do not want to lower, listen to me, don't negotiate with lowering the purchase price always. See where you can point the money to, okay? Now, $500,000 purchase. Everybody take your calculator out. Let's walk through this math. I'm going to show it to you real time to show you how much interest that person is buying, okay? I'm going to show you how much the interest that person is paying with this. Everybody put, what you're going to do right now on your calculator, you're going to put 7 and then push the percent sign. Okay, again, for those of you who are on live, I can't see you guys, so I'm going to make sure that you guys follow along with me. We're figuring out how much interest only, that's the cost of borrowing this money. And this is the reason why Grant was telling you guys that buying a single family home, if you don't understand the numbers, then it doesn't make any sense, okay? So let me see y'all's calculators. Let me see what you have. Okay, it should be 0.07. Now what you're going to do is divide that number by 12 months. You better be writing this down because I'm only going to do it once. Divide by 12 months. Equals. Should be like 0.0005833. That number right there is the secret number that the banks don't want to show you. That's the number Navy Federal Credit Union doesn't want you to see. Because guess how much interest you're paying a month? So what I want you to do next is I want you to multiply that little X sign. Just keep that number in there. Multiply that number times 500,000. Okay, so you're paying $2,916 a month in interest only. A month, $2,900 for borrowing that money. This is the reason why I'm telling you guys, lowering the purchase price, if I lower the purchase price, let's just say I wrote an offer, okay? I wanted to lower the purchase price. I decided to write an offer instead of $500,000. I wanted to write an offer for $490,000. That's $10,000, correct? Y'all following me? Yes. Okay, the interest rate's at 7%. My principal and interest on this payment is $3,326. So now, What was that number that you guys had? Write that number down that I had you guys write in your calculator. Make sure you put that number down, 2916. 2916, write it down, 2916, 2916. I want you to take $3,326 minus 2916. Okay, so you're paying $410 down on what you borrowed. That's it. And now watch this. Let me put this into a nice little round ball so you guys got it. So in order for me to pay a $500,000 property, okay, $3,326 is my monthly payment. $2,900 of that is interest to the bank. The bank is making $2,900 a month off of that payment, and you're only paying $400 down on what you borrowed. So don't you think that if you guys could pay your house off faster, there is a way to avoid that 7%. Here's one way. That $10,000, instead of lowering the price from $500,000 to $490,000, I use that money for interest rate buy down to lower my interest. Okay? My new payment is $3,160. That's a difference of $166 a month. So instead of lowering my purchase price from $500,000 to $490,000, it makes more sense to use that $10,000 for my what? My interest rate. So instead of lowering the price, that's only going to save me $50. But if I lower the interest rate, it saves me $166 a month. That's why the word concessions is important. So when we're telling you guys this stuff, and I know it's a lot of math, when we get math, man, people start looking like this. They get slaved when we start talking about math. But just know, listen, you don't have to do it alone, guys. We will do it with you by negotiating when you invest in your first piece of real estate. So repeat after me. Do not lower the purchase price. Lower the interest rate. Or buy down your principal. Just remember those two things. Buying down your principal, lowering your interest rate. That's all you got to remember. So when you talk to your lending professional, say, hey, I got credits from the seller using the word what? Concessions. Where is that money most effective? That's all you got to say. And if they're not saying, what two things did I tell you? What's the first one? Use the money towards what? Buying down your interest rate or prepaying principal. Write those two things down. That's your homework for you guys to do, okay? All right, let's get off this math slide before y'all leave, okay? All right, so now, remember I talked to you guys about this. Say scarcity. Transferability. Utility. Demand. Say it again. Scarcity. How rare it is. Transferability. How easy it for it to rent or sell. Say utility. How useful is it? Say demand. Do people want it? This is what creates value. I do not buy real estate unless it meets these four things. Is it scarce? Yes. Can I transfer it? Yes. Is it useful? And is it high in demand? This will keep you out of trouble. Now, who wants to know how to make $1 million? Raise your hand. Okay, let me give you guys an example of how you can utilize this strategy. Right now, take your phone out, and I want you to scan this QR code. Scan it. Everybody scan it. Okay, it's going to take you to investor.gov. This is an example of how I leverage real estate to print money for me. Okay? Let me know. Let me see y'all's phones. Make sure you got it before I go to the next slide. Okay? Now, if you guys have a T-Mobile Sidekick, okay, or if you don't have your D batteries in your phone, go to investor.gov and then go to the compound interest calculator, okay? Investor.gov. Make sure y'all write that down and save that, please, because you're going to be, this right here is you can utilize this for multiple things, okay? Now, I'm going to show you an example. This is a property that I bought, okay? All you need to do is get to $3,400 of passive income. That $3,400 invested will make you $1 million. So right now, initial investment, you're going to put $3,400 in there. Go ahead and put it in there. Your monthly contribution is $3,400. Let's just say you bought that at 18 years old. Okay, what's 18 plus 15? Y'all like 97? All right. Okay. So now you got $3,400 of passive income. You saved it for 15 years. You invested it for 15 years, right? Next slide is going to be estimated interest rate 8. Interest rate variance range is 10. You're going to read this on your own. This calculator right here, the reason why I'm giving it to you guys, and I'm showing you guys how compounded money works. So you're never going to save your way to $1 million. You can only invest your way to $1 million. Okay? You can only invest your way to $1 million. So that means if I buy an investment property and I get the money, do I put it in my savings or checking account? No, I'm going to either reinvest it in real estate or I'm going to put it into plans, retirement plans, so the money can grow. Okay? Now, 10%, now the 8 to 10%, I'm going to tell you why I got these numbers, because like, where in the hell can I get 8%? Okay? You get the 8% and the 10% from investing the money back into your retirement accounts. Okay? You're not going to make the money, the $1 million, by just putting it in your bank account. Because guess what? I'm going to tell y'all a secret. Y'all ready for a secret? Raise your hand. Did you guys know bank reserves 10% of your money, and then they borrow, they lend out the 80% to people? That's the reason why at the end of the month you get like a little stipend, right? $2 or $3 on the money that you have in your account. Now I want you guys to push calculate. If you use that, you'll have $1.1 million. In the bank. Say in the bank. In the bank. Okay. So first step is what? Buy a piece of real estate utilizing the VA home loan benefit, right? Second step, find a property that you want to invest in the future. Get your plan together and put a timeline behind it. Okay. Step 3, set up your corporate structure so you can start running the rental income through the properties, through the corporate structure that you invested in. Then you're building credit collateral and capital from that property growing equity, which is the property value going up. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, take a picture of this. This right here is what we're going to talk about next, and then we're going to close out, guys. Okay. The only two things that print money on there is real estate and a business. That's the only two things. So in order to go from step 1 to step 2 is that you have to have the first pillar, which is what? Real estate. When you die, this lives. It supersedes you. When you die, this lives. Both of these print money. On this side, the pension, retirement accounts, and life insurance policies, these don't do anything. They just grow money. Okay? But you have to have something printing money in order to do what? Grow money. Okay? Does that make sense? So when you buy your piece of real estate, that's the first step. Okay? Who's committed to the first step, investing in a piece of real estate with a VA loan? Raise your hand. You got to get that first step out of the way. After you get that first step, the Veteran Wealth Formula is going to teach you the next step. Okay, what do I do next? I got my property. That's where a lot of people get stuck at. They buy a piece of real estate, your equity grows. That means the value of your property goes up and you're paying down what you owe, right? That's equity. But that equity sitting in your house is doing nothing until you take it out and do something else with it. Now, repeat after me. I will not over leverage myself. Don't be going to Navy Federal, USAA, and taking money out and just spending it. You always want to leave money in your house. Now, people are like, you're a real estate professional. Why are you telling us to do that? Never take all of your money out of your house, because what happens if the market goes down? You can't sell it. Okay? People over leverage themselves, and that's what we can do. We can help you not over leverage yourself. Now, everybody say plug in. Plug in. Now, listen, the reason why we're here today is because, listen, I want to prove to Grant, my goal is to get 300 veterans investing in multi-units, okay? Right now we got around 450 people, and we have about 30 people here in this room, okay? I want you guys to invest in real estate, and this is how you're going to do it. You're going to get a free roadmap. Everybody say free. Free. You're here today because you're going to get a free roadmap. You can go out there, try to do it on your own. It sounds like it's a lot of steps. But right now, I want all of you guys to give yourselves a round of applause because you graduated from the VA Loan Masterclass. Outstanding job, okay? So you guys graduated from the VA Loan Masterclass. Listen to me. You're going to get a, right now, you guys, I want you guys to commit because one of you guys are going to be on stage. Let me tell y'all a quick story. When we first started this event, the first event that we had right around 15, 20 people here. Right? All right. So he was here for the first one and he came back for the next one to reevaluate and make sure that he got everything down. That tells you the value of what it is that we're doing. I want to say I appreciate you coming back to the event. Now, you guys could do one or two things. You can go out of here and you can say, I got the information, go to Navy Federal Credit Union, and then get taken advantage of, okay? Or you can commit yourself to investing in real estate, sit down with one of our professionals and get a free, everybody say? Free. A free roadmap so we can look at your profile and set a deadline, a timeline for you guys. Write it down right now. Everybody that's on here, I want you guys to write down a deadline of where you want your next investment property. And it needs to be between now, okay, I'm gonna give y'all a window, okay? Between now and September 1st. That's plenty of time, guys. You cannot get to where I'm at procrastinating. And at the beginning of this class, I told you guys to write down the person that you care about. I have two kids, Carson and Anthony. They mean everything to me, okay? We work very, very hard to get in this position, and Grant sees the value in what we're doing. Okay, and I want more veterans to invest in real estate so you guys could be on stage. For those of you who are investing in this product, once you guys are going to get an opportunity for when this thing blows up. You heard him say 21 million veterans. You guys are the seeds right now, okay? I got a question for you. What comes first? The seed or the dirt? The dirt. Then you got to put the seed in the what? Dirt. You got to plant the seed. Okay, after you plant the seed, what comes out of the ground? Start seeing a little thing come out of the ground, then you get the branches, right? Then after the branches, what do you get on the branches? Leaves, then the leaves come to what? The fruit is the money, okay? But you only got one branch in the ground. You gotta plant that seed. Okay, boom, I'm planting the seed, I'm gonna get my first piece of real estate. The piece of real estate is gonna print money for me infinitely for the rest of my life. So the first step is investing in yourself by getting in there, getting your first property, sitting down, getting the free roadmap, okay? Then after that, you get on your journey to get your investment property. Then from there, you're gonna invest in the Veteran Wealth Formula to where I teach you, you get to sit down with me one-on-one, and then we're gonna look at all of y'all scenario in order for you to get them into the multi-unit space. Buying a single family home shouldn't be the end all, okay? The next step is getting a home, and then what's the next step? Okay, I want to get more property, more multi-units, and I want to structure everything to where I'm printing money left and right. This is all making sense? Yes. Okay, so here's a couple of things that we're going to talk about. Now, the Veteran Wealth Formula, let me tell you what we're going to do, okay? Who wants to learn how to hire their kids in their company? Raise your hand. If you don't have any kids, who wants to know how to structure your property so it doesn't go to the bank, okay? Who wants to know how the difference between LLCs, S Corp, and C Corps, okay? This is the Veteran Wealth Formula, okay? Look at the retail cost of that. VA loan investing, vetting contractors, this is a big one, right? Plumbing, heating, air, electrical, foundation, and roof is expensive. When I did this stuff, I had a contractor run off with a bunch of my money, okay? Maximizing equity and a workbook, and then also structuring your LLC and business credit. We're going to teach you how to get business lines of credit and funding your pension plans, and you're going to get a workbook, guys. Okay? We're doing all of that today for $795. So here's the deal, guys. Listen to me. All right? The VA Loan Masterclass is free. You don't have to pay anything for that. We're going to get you your first property. But the next step is investing in this. Right now, it's $795 to get all of this. Underwriting properties, investment properties, tax savings, 5 generational wealth tools, employing your family, SWOT analysis, and how to structure your business plan. This part right here is the most important part, okay? So right now, if you guys are interested in that, here's your chance right now. Scan the QR code, get started. At the very least, you guys need to get that first property. And the second thing that you guys need to do is invest in this last part. Get in the game, guys, because we need your receipts. Just like Grant said, okay, we want to bring veterans to the next big veteran event. And you guys are standing on here saying that you're the ground floor of getting in the game, getting that investment property, and going on to the next step where we're teaching you how to run the business. Now, what did I tell you guys to think about in the beginning? You're thinking from a what? Investor's lens. Okay, buying your property is easy. That's going to be easy for you. We got you on that. But the next step is the Veteran Wealth Formula, where we teach you how to structure everything so you know where all the money goes. Did you guys know that a limited liability company can rent your own personal residence out for 14 days tax-free? So if you had an LLC, you can have business meetings at your house, and your limited liability company can pay you. Did you know if you had 2 properties with two LLCs that one LLC can rent, can borrow money from the other LLC, tax deferred. This is all stuff that you guys can learn in the Veteran Wealth Formula. Are there any questions for me? Guys, put your questions in the chat. Guys, scan the code, get into the Veteran Wealth Formula. You're going to get, reach out to our staff's going to reach out to you and get you on the roadmap. Listen to me. Number one, buy your first property. Number two, okay, and it's free. We're going to help you, walk you through it. And if you guys are out of state, it doesn't matter where you're at. Please, please, please do not do anything without us, because we're going to give you the free roadmap on what to do. We need to vet the real estate professionals. We need to understand if they know concessions, and then our staff here will help you vet the real estate professionals and vetting contractors before you do any type of investment, okay? So guys, the information is up there. Who has questions? Anybody have any questions here? Any questions? No questions, man. Come on, somebody's got a question? Nothing. No questions. All right, guys, put your questions in the chat. We are done. Thank you guys for coming. I'm Anthony Glenn. I'll be standing outside. If you guys have questions, our staff will be out here to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you.